This is going to be a fun day on Let's Talk Jonesboro today. We've got the Foundation of Arts Executive Director, Mike Wewers, and we've got Kristi Pulliam, who used to be the Executive Director, but she's left it to be the Artistic Director.
You got
just
it.
because it's for fun.
Oh, yeah.
Kristi.
Oh, yeah, that's the fun stuff.
So, Kristi and Mike, what's going on? What's happening at the Foundation?
Well, we want to come by and see you. We seen the Let's Talk. I seen when you had Polly Litt on here, Mr. Polly Litt.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of his, and I seen how that you was just looked back and seen some of your other videos, and I wanted to get us on here just to talk a little bit more about the Foundation of the Arts, and it's a new role to me, and me working with Kristi here, it's just been a blessing, and just get to meet you and everybody here. So.
Well, Kristi's been doing it for a long time, and when I say a long time, I mean at least 5.5 years, which is how long I've been in Jonesboro.
Right.
But she probably did that before.
She got 17. She tells me 17.
Years.
Everything she does is 17 years.
Well,
now.
yeah, I say 17 years about everything, but no, it's 8 years as executive director, 15 at the FOA on staff, 17 teaching.
Okay.
Teaching at the FOA.
Teaching at the FOA.
Yeah.
So the first thing I learned because I've been here so long, the first thing I learned is the Foundation of Arts in Jonesboro is a cut above a lot of the places I had lived before. And so this is a very cool part of Jonesboro's quality of life.
That's right.
And Kristi's made it that way. And Mike, what has attracted you to this?
Well, I got to know them a little bit they had their first Fridays that they brought out where local musicians could come in and play there. So I went and did one of those, and then the old Oasis Arts Fest, Eats and Arts Fest that they had. I had some art that was in that.
He's an amazing artist.
Well, thank you.
By the way.
And but I got to know the staff a little bit through there, and I said to myself, what wonderful people, you know.
Yeah.
And then a position kind of opened, and so I kind of already knew them, went in and talked to them, and it's just like it's just a blessing to be able to be there. And one thing I can say, working there, I kind of call it my church. I'm not embarrassed by it. It's kind of like my church because there's a lot of spiritual things that happen there. A lot of magic does happen there. I've got to see it, and the passion that we have from our volunteers and the people that are in the performances, all the way to our workers, everybody I'm surrounded by every day is such passionate about making it better and just making a difference. And it's just a true blessing to be there.
That's cool because when you say it's your church, you're telling me you feel better the minute you walk in the door, and you feel better walking out than you did when you walked in.
Well, 12-hour day, don't feel like it. It just feels like that's where I'm supposed to be.
That's really cool.
So.
Kristi had
Love
that.
that.
She gave it up. So
No, she's she
really,
does.
She
done,
refused to give it up. Kind of, really.
Well, I need her now. I'll tell you what, I need her because she's laid a great foundation for what the FOE is here in Jonesboro, and I know she's very humble. And I would like to shout it from the mountaintops, all that she has done and what she has brought it up to. From where they were at to where we're at now. I mean, she has done so much hard work behind the scenes that I think a lot of people don't maybe not know. And I'm going to make sure I spread that because she's such a vital part of it.
Okay, that's all we need about that. But I will tell you that. I will tell you this. You did say something that is so interesting to me, and that is that that you lived different places. And you have not seen an organization quite like the FOA. It just does my heart good to hear that because I hear it from so many people who have lived off other places or grew up other places and then came here to realize that the organization here is, or the arts organization here is just a very unique bird in that there's so many things and it's open to so many people. And that's part of what makes it so special. I didn't do that. You know, I just got to steer it a little bit. It's many, many, many people, and some people who aren't even there anymore who I stood on the shoulders of. And so I look at the volunteers and the staff that are just so passionate about allowing and enabling people to experience the arts in some way because they believe that it's really, they do. They believe it's from God. They believe it's a blessing, you know, and so that's why we do it. It's interesting that we've been able to stay in business for since 1986, you know, and grow and grow and grow, and people and everything else.
There are innumerable cool people who make it happen, but I think all of them say have said through the years, without a doubt, that Kristi is the driving force of it, and Kristi works her fingers to the bone, and probably has stressed over certain
Sure.
things that
It is, it is dramatic,
yeah.
artsy people, right? And we're
they're high.
passionate now. Listen, passionate on both ways, right?
Right,
I mean,
right. Yeah.
when they
right.
get excited about something, they're full of joy and optimism, and when they're mad, and that is the essence of life. It's really cool. Michael's going to be steering it and making it even bigger and better too.
Well, you see, just right there, when she speaks so humbly about it, and she is right. It is about our volunteers and the people. It's a group effort, and it's a community effort, and I think it's growing. And we need to just make sure that we keep pushing that passion and the arts in Jonesboro. I think we've gone a long ways, and I can't wait to see what we bring in the future.
Well, and Mayor Copenhaver is a champion of the arts, and he's a performer. He thinks he's a really good singer.
He is now.
Yes,
Oh, I didn't know.
But and of course, Mayor Perrin before him were champions, and the city does try to help with maintaining the facility.
No kidding. It is without the city's support in that, and it's interesting. Different cities do it different ways, right? But cities who are thriving are supportive of the arts in some way, and in this city, the fact that the city really takes care of the Forum Theater, and that is no small feat. That is, it's an old building, and it's beautiful, and it holds so much history, but it is tough. Everybody knows to maintain an old building in a way that makes it not only usable, but as beautiful as possible for the arts here in town. And I wish there was more and more ways to express that for the city, and to make sure that all the people who get to participate at the Forum Theater understand what that means.
Yeah, that does say a whole lot, because there is so much effort, and there's so much effort that goes probably unnoticed when you pull off these type of things. But,
Absolutely.
So I want to talk about what you have coming up, but I want you to tell me exactly what it means to be artistic director. What is your mission right now?
Okay, I like that question, because it is misunderstood sometimes.
Okay.
The biggest thing that I do is work to ensure the quality of the artistic process, and that the integrity is there. Okay, so some people think that I get to decide how all the shows are put on, or who gets up on the stage, or which musician is going to do which concert, and all of that. And that's not necessarily what it is. It is what I do is ensure that the integrity of the process is held and is strong throughout. So for instance, if a director, we hire directors, and they tell me who they would like to work with, and so then we hire artistic crew for our community theater. Let's just take that one program. What I do is I ensure that the director is the artist for that particular project. And so everybody else who will want to have a say in it, they will, as much as the director wants them to, because the director is the artist when it comes to doing a theatrical production. And then that director can decide how much the other people working on it can be artists. They're all craftsmen. They're all people who are lending their tools and their hands to help. Right. But there's one artist. And that kind of each specific genre has a different process that needs to be upheld for it to be something that is quality work, and quality meaning that it comes from the artist. It doesn't come from one person or one business or one group. And because that's what we do. We support the arts, which encompasses artists. That's who we are trying to help showcase. So that's really my job. I also will choose the season. I help to like talk about programming, and we create new programming a lot. Right. But yeah.
She does the fun stuff.
Yeah.
We'll just break it down. He does all the fun stuff, and I can do.
And you do all the hard work.
That's
all
right.
the.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
She comes in happy,
Right.
Then
Right.
leaves early.
And then you go paint or hammer.
But then I'm going to the rehearsals. Come on now.
Oh yeah.
I'm working
yes,
in a. Okay.
Yes, she is doing a lot. I'll play that down.
So what do you see, Mike? What's on tap? Do we have a schedule lined up, or are we entering a time of the season where it's
Well,
kinda
the
low-key?
FOA is, almost say 24/7, 365. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's we've got something all the time. In the month of October, I think we had 6 events, a couple of shows. Then we had Fall Fest, and then anything else that we can get our hands on, we want to be a part of. So it's just constant. I mean, everybody's just got to go to our page and check it out. If you want something to do, we have a spot for everybody, anybody and everybody. We have a spot for you. From taking classes, being in shows, just coming and watching shows, to just community events. We are
Yeah.
part of it.
We just did Fences.
Yes.
Fences is an August Wilson show, Pulitzer Prize winning. Denzel
Right.
Washington ran it on Broadway. It was a revival at that point. And also a movie with Denzel and Viola Davis. It's an absolutely beautiful piece of theater. But then, coming up, what is it? I mean, just right next weekend is
All together now?
well, it's the Breakfast with Ballerinas.
Oh, breakfast bell, yeah.
That's where we bring the ballerinas in for the Nutcracker. We have kids everywhere. We have grandparents and parents everywhere, and they're meeting the ballerinas. They're having breakfast with
That'd
us.
be good.
They're dancing. It's lots and lots of fun.
breakfast with ballerinas?
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, it will be, if the weather holds out, it'll be in Rotary Centennial Plaza, and then also we'll be bleeding into the Forum Theater as well. So it's a great event. We've done this for 20 years.
So this is a thing. It's not like breakfast at Tiffany's where you sit and watch.
No.
It's like
It's a
actual
real live
food.
breakfast.
Okay,
Yes.
so I can eat.
Yes. You can
Yeah.
eat.
And
I'm bringing my
enjoy the
granddaughter.
ballerinas.
She's going to come
Okay.
and
Yes.
get autographs from all the ballerinas. And
Very cool.
Yes, then the next weekend is All Together Now,
Right.
a musical review that is happening all over the world on that very weekend.
Really?
Uh-huh. And that's going to be happening the next weekend after Breakfast with Ballerinas, and then we move into Nutcracker season, and that's really fun.
Nutcracker season is fun. Yeah.
2 weekends of that in December, and the Forum will be filled up with lots of joy and lots of people and lots of dancing.
it's our favorite time of year.
Yeah, for sure it is. It's my favorite time of year.
Yeah, my
Is it
favorite.
yours?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yours too?
Yeah, December. That's my birthday and Christmas. And
Oh, it is?
me and Jesus, it's all about it.
That's great.
I love
That's
it.
great. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. So tell us what else we should know. First of all, you mentioned your page. Tell people how to find out. Where can they go online to find out about the Foundation of Arts?
You can go to foajonesboro.org. You can also go to our Facebook page, or you can always call our box office and get any information you want on anything we got going on, even to registering for classes or anything. So,
Okay. And they can find that, and they can find out about how to contribute. They can find out how to participate.
right.
Because, I mean, obviously there's classes for children. But what about 59-year-old men that,
Oh, it'd
We've
be
got-
great for your yoga class.
what if they're trying to find their chi?
There you go. I
Yeah.
teach yoga over there,
Yeah, she
by the way.
does.
But also we have adult painting classes. We have adult acting classes. We have adult ballet classes. So it's not just for kids. But yes, okay. About
Just the-
80% of our students, something like that, are kids. But yes, we have all kinds of adult programming.
We're going to do ballet.
Come on now, men do ballet. If you
You darn
listen,
right we do.
if you want to be an athlete,
You better be able to pull it
take
off.
ballet. I mean, of course, we don't have near as many guys as we do girls. But if you ever catch a ballet class with a guy in it, I'm telling you, when I go in, because I will observe at times, some of the classes and the teaching and everything. You watch those guys; they lift every single dancer. That's
Yeah,
what they're
they're
doing.
probably in shape.
I mean, it's crazy.
When I was a young man, I was a sports writer, and Herschel Walker was a well-known football player, and he was
Yes.
the hardest to tackle running back of his era. And he trained with ballet.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember reading about
Now,
that.
I don't remember seeing him in the little shoes,
No.
but I'm sure he.
Well, I'm sure it teaches agility and balance.
I'm
and,
sure
a
it
lot
It
of-
served him
absolutely
well,
does.
yes.
Yeah.
And let's see, Lynn. What I don't know football very well, but I have read that about Herschel Walker.
That's why.
Lynn Swan.
Lynn Swan.
Lynn Swan took ballet weekly.
He was
Yeah.
fast too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Catch pass.
you really don't find better athletes than ballerinas and dancers. It is
Now
amazing.
that is 100%. I 100% believe that, just
Yeah.
from limited experience.
Yes.
And the tone, the muscles, the strength, the
all while smiling.
what else? All while smiling. All while smiling and in pain, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you take those point shoes off of any ballerina,
Yes.
and you will see sores and blisters and feet that are absolutely not pretty.
Okay, and that's her way of selling the program to you.
But I used to go in and take pictures of that and take it into like classrooms to just tell the kids about ballet, and we're going to start that up again too this next year. But what it does is it shows how much you can love something.
What you're willing to do,
Passionate
about
it,
sacrifice. Yeah.
What you're willing to do to sacrifice, because growing, learning, making something beautiful, it takes a little pain.
Yeah,
You know.
that's perfectly said. That's perfectly said. And there are a lot of ballerinas who are tougher than some football players.
Amen to that.
That's a fact. So, all right, is there any last things that we need to say, we need to cover before we say goodbye?
Could I
Yeah, go ahead.
could I just say that again, the FOA doesn't grow and it doesn't even function and provide the beauty that it does for the community without support. So if you're interested in supporting the arts, supporting people who grow through figuring out how they are an artist and how they can be creative, which by the way, that's everyone, please support the FOA. We're going to be going through a fund drive through the end of the year. And so if you could go on our website and just look at that a little bit, if you're a giver, it would be wonderful.
It's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, thank you, guys. Ms. Mike Wewers, Kristi Pulliam from the Foundation of Arts in Jonesboro, the fabulous Foundation of Arts in Jonesboro. Thank you for
Thank you.
joining us on Let's Talk.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Thanks,
guys.
Bill.